Good afternoon, welcome to Hobart, the Domain Tennis Centre. Now the matches that we've got coming up in our day and night sessions. As we work our way towards the quarter-final stage of the tournament, we've got plenty of second-round matches to get through. And we'll start with that match, Olga Govortsova taking on Jarmila Gajdosova from Australia. Bojana Jovanovski coming up next, had a good win in round number one, takes on Kirsten Flipkens, who beat Francesca Schiavone. Great match a couple of nights ago. And then the night session, looking forward to Klara Zakopalova and Svetlana Peronkova and Peng Shuai and Monica Niculescu. So plenty of great matches to come here at the Domain Tennis Centre in Hobart. But for now, time to introduce the two players for our opening singles match. Olga Govortsova is a three-time finalist on the WTA and in 2012 remained inside the world's top 100 for the fifth straight year. The world number 57 reached two quarterfinals on the WTA last year and reached the third round of the US Open. Playing her fifth Moorilla Hobart International, Govortsova upset the fifth seed Carla Suarez Navarro in the opening round in straight sets. Please welcome from Belarus, Olga Govortsova. Jarmila Gajdosova has two WTA titles to her name, including the 2011 Moorilla Hobart International and the 2010 title in Guangzhou. In 2012, she made a quarter-final appearance at this event and reached the second round of the French Open. And already in 2013 has made a second-round appearance at the Brisbane International. In round one, she scored a straight-sets win over Romina Oprandi. Please welcome back to centre court from Australia, Jarmila Gajdosova. So they are the two players. Conditions not too bad at the moment. Only the chance of some light showers around. Similar conditions to yesterday, but should be good for the players. The wind is always a factor here at the Domain Tennis Centre in Hobart. Today will be no exception. Both of these players very experienced at playing at this venue. The head-to-head between the players is 1-0 in favour of Govortsova. Well, that was back in 2007 tournament in Guangzhou, which Govortsova won 6-1, 6-3. Plenty has changed since then. There is Jarmila Gajdosova. Looked pretty impressive against Romina Oprandi in the opening round. Was tested in that second set, managed to get through. Had an extended break from the tour the end of last year. Doing some pretty intense training around the November-December period and is looking good at this tournament, but it'll be a tough challenge against Govortsova, who's had a pretty good year herself. For Govortsova, this is her first tournament in 2013. Been as high as 35 in the world. I was looking to better her performance in the last couple of years, 2011, 2009, 2008. Made the second round. That's been her best performance. Has been a finalist on the WTA 3 times, 8 doubles titles.
3 minutes.
And looked pretty impressive against Carla Suarez Navarro, who really wasn't allowed to get into her game style. And certainly Govortsova pretty accomplished on the hard courts. Third round of the US Open, likes playing on the hard court surface. So a good challenge coming up. Gajdosova ranked 167 in the world. That ranking slipping after having a good 2011, good couple of years actually, and being able to defend those points that she accrued. And now starting to work her way back up through the rankings here. Playing doubles at this event too with Klara Zakopalova. So they'll have a quarter-final match to come tomorrow. And potentially could be taking on, if they have a win, the pairing of Ashley Barty and Bojana Babusic, who played a doubles match earlier today and had a win in straight sets. So big potential for that to happen. just repeating those matches coming up. We've got Buena Jovanovski a little bit later on today, taking on Kirsten Flipkins, and then our night session, Klara Zakopalova and Svetlana Pironkova. And Peng Shuai of China and Monica Nicolescu. 2 singles matches in our night sessions this year at the Moorilla Hobart International. And we'll move into the quarter-final stage of the tournament tomorrow. The semi-finals on Friday and then the final on Saturday. So there is the weather conditions, what's expected today. Hopefully that first line doesn't eventuate. Well, the 17 degrees part can. Right now, 15. I've seen across the tournaments, the honest part of the day has been in the morning.
Ball boy, roll one ball down.
Before the wind takes effect and things start to cool down. Certainly a lot cooler than what we've seen over recent days. 15 degrees at the moment. That wind will be tricky coming from the south, and you'll see it have a definite effect on the way the ball moves through the air. There's Olga Govortsova.
Ladies and gentlemen, the second round match shows the best of 3 contestants.
So Gajdosova, as has been the trend all week here, very few players have elected to serve first. And if you're joining us for the first time, we get some understanding of why throughout this match. A big forehand of Gajdosova and very good backhand from Govortsova. That's what's meeting today. Govortsova pretty good at the net. In fact, both players are. Racked up titles on the WTA and also at ITF level. And the winner of this match has a meeting in the quarterfinals with Elena Vesnina of Russia. Had a 3-set win, tough conditions over Yaroslava Shvedova, the 4th seed. So that'll be a tight quarterfinal. The other quarterfinal that's been locked in already, Sloane Stephens, the number 8 seed, will play the qualifier from the USA, Lauren Davis. That'll be an interesting match too. Really liking Sloane Stephens and the way she's playing at the moment. In great form. Hasn't dropped a set to get to the quarterfinal stage of the tournament. But in the meantime, Olga Govortsova to get us underway. The opening set, this second round match. And right from the very start, a big forehand of Gajdosova. Powerful. Govortsova will need to be careful because it'll be very hard to stop once Gajdosova gets going on that forehand wing. Darren Pearce from Tennis Australia joining me in commentary last night, and we're talking about Jarmila Gajdosova and talking about, despite the fact that she's ranked 167 in the world, she's a player to be feared.
Yeah, so good as well.
We'll be getting used to that as well. Gajdosova loves to keep the talk going. Particularly he's not happy with the line calls. The umpire not going to make an overrule of that situation. Yep, right in the corner of the court. Set up a game point, opening game of the match. And does. So you hope that Gajdosova wasn't too worried about that line call. From there it was Govortsova just winning every single point to take out the game. Opening game of the match. Beautiful view. Derwent River, Constitution Dock. Wonderful spot for tennis. That won't improve her mood at all. See Gajdosova just try and find those opportunities to get into the net. Quite a good volley up. Certainly with the wind dropping off just ever so slightly now, it's the time to really try and put the pressure on. First double fault for the match for Gajdosova. That's beautiful to watch. Once that forehand gets going up that line, what's his favourite shot, but nothing she could do with that. Opening service game successful for Gajdosova. Good memories here at the Moorilla Hobart International. Quarter-finalist last year. Won the tournament the year before.
15 all.
First double fault for Govortsova in the match. Ball landing right on the line. Again, Govortsova deciding to go down the middle on that serve. That's going to be a dangerous proposition. And works off the backhand wing too. Right idea from Govortsova. Try the jamming serve, just not timing it. And a break point for the Australian. And the double fault for Govortsova, second for the match, hands the break to Jarmila Gajdosova. 2-1 now with a break in this opening set.
Can we get another ball? Can we get one ball? Just throw it.
Yeah, there are two. One is bad and one is good. Which is good? Yeah, just this one. Yeah, just put the yeah. Yeah.
Time. Love 15.
Bit of a problem with the wind gusting up there for Gajdosova. That's nice serving. Forced to make Govortsova move across the court. With that wind coming up from the south, just adds a little bit more on the serve. Gajdosova there switching hands almost to try and pick that up. Just that second serve just too short. Govortsova just taking advantage. Change up there from Gajdosova instead of trying to hit through the ball, which has plenty of success along the way. Just a floating slice and tricky shot to hit in the breeze, the way it's going at the moment. Break point for Govortsova. And that was a golden opportunity too for Govortsova. Yeah, the serve was going down the middle. Good power again from the Australian. Gets herself into good positions in matches. Question mark in the past has been hanging on to those leads. That's well done. Ball at the body of Govortsova. Had to just change her shot. Great use of angle. Didn't put too much pace on it. Enough to be just dropping into the corner of the service box. Just dragging again on that forehand, Govortsova. A little bit out of position to hit that cross court. And so Gajdosova holds. It was a bit of a battle, but the Australian consolidating the break. 3-1 now in this opening set. Coming up later on today, Bojana Jovanovski of Serbia taking on Kirsten Flipkens of Belgium. Nicely done. Govortsova just working into that corner, but doing the right thing and following the ball in. Nice work from Gajdosova. Ball again straight down the middle of the court, so just trying to cut off the angle that Govortsova can create. And this Govortsova, when she completes her service motion, is a little bit into the court, ends up being a half volley. So Govortsova now holds. Gajdosova still with a break in the opening set. 3-2. So that's what's coming up for the rest of today. The next match, Bojana Jovanovski and Kirsten Flipkins. And then tonight, big match, Klara Zakopalova taking on Svetlana Pironkova. And Peng Shuai had a good win over the top seed, Xie Suwei, taking on Monica Niculescu. Here at the Domain Tennis Centre in Hobart. Crowd enjoying the sunshine that's just arrived again. No sign of the rain that was forecast, which is a good thing. Set up on that forehand. Gajdosova, it's a great shot. It's the big weapon that she has, but sometimes can be inconsistent, and often when that inconsistency comes in, it means a loss of a couple of games in a row. It can shift the momentum of the match, and no doubt her and her team have been working hard on that. It's this time in a match, Gajdosova in control in that break, now being tested on serve. Looking to respond with a couple of big first serves. Comes up with a double fault. And now Govortsova, because she's such a powerful hitter of the ball, puts the pressure on the server. Try and keep that ball nice and deep. Change up on the serve, just slicing that in. All right, move to the Govortsova forehand. So there is the break of serve. We're back level, 3 games all now in this opening set. Second round action, the Moorilla Hobart International. Time now for Gajdosova just to put that game behind her. And try and make some more inroads on the Govortsova serve.
Not every. As I see, just.
So Govortsova was actually ready to serve here. So just taking a little bit of time. Just can't let that affect her. A break of serve. It was a pretty easy break in the end there for Govortsova. And now the line call. Time to refocus on the task at hand. Got a bit fortunate with the net cord there, just holding that ball up. It's in a great position for Gajdosova to go on the attack. It's a tricky part playing on a windy day, is try and get some clearance or plenty of clearance over the net. You do that, the ball can float long. Play just over the net, and occasionally it'll take the net cord and drop back over and set it up for your opponents. Govortsova with point now for 4-3 in this opening set. Nicely done. So working her way in, slowly waiting for the right ball. It was just the depth of the shot. Govortsova coming up with the short replies, and Gajdosova again that forehand doing the damage. Back to deuce. You'll notice throughout this match, probably already have, that Gajdosova just likes to keep a running dialogue going. How things are travelling out on court. Bit with the umpire, coaching team who can't respond back, or just to herself. It's Govortsova not happy. That little clip over the net to just change the momentum of the ball. And again, that's the tricky part about playing in the wind, because you do need to concentrate on every single ball, because the spin and the delivery of the ball be different as the wind tends to gust up. So you really need to be on high concentration. Good reply from Govortsova. That forehand, a good stretch from Gajdosova, but Govortsova not having to move, just changing the angle. Game point again for 4-3. Definitely in these rallies, both players. Difficult to see clean hitting, clean winners happening. We've only seen it a few times so far in this opening set. Players will tend to back off to try and accommodate the conditions. Gajdosova now with a break point. And does well. The winner up the line. A little close to the line that time, and there's the break of serve. 4-3 now in this opening set. There is Jarmila Gajdosova. Likes to set a quick pace in her matches. Already out on court before the umpire could call time. Full stretch on that forehand from Govortsova, just dropping in. Terrific work with the ball moving away from her. Nicely done. Set that point up beautifully, Gajdosova. That looping topspin forehand just to get Govortsova out of position. And then likes hitting that running forehand up the line.
15.
Certainly a good opportunity for both of these players to push through this event, with only the 8th seed Sloane Stephens remaining the bottom half of the draw. Opportunity to push forward is a good one. As well, it's not the biggest event on the WTA. Certainly 280 points to start off the year. It's a massive springboard. Good confidence heading to the Australian Open next week. Again, that ball sitting up for Govortsova. Easy pickings there. Right in the middle of the service box from Gajdosova, and I'm sure there's part of her that wants to play safe on those second serves just to avoid the double faults. There's a little bit more required on them. And Govortsova immediately on the attack from the return. So break-back point to bring this back to 4-all in this opening set.
Can you pick this thread? Can you pick up this thread in a box? Thank you.
Thanks.
Nicely done. That's what I was talking about earlier, just putting a little more on that second serve. Just to make Govortsova think twice about stepping in on the second serve. And a couple in a row is good. Jarmila Gajdosova's opponents know that this is a good tactic to use. Govortsova just going to the tower, just taking the full 20 seconds just to slow down Gajdosova's momentum. Good fist pump. Well done, Gajdosova. 5-3. The confidence is starting to build for the Australian. Now pressure back on Govortsova. And had a little bit of frustration for the Belarusian, just knowing that she was very much in that service game of Gajdosova's, just couldn't close it out. There's the call, so Jarmila will be pretty relieved that she actually got a call on that line, an overrule from the chair umpire.
15-30.
That's our 2. And so it means that Jarmila Gajdosova has 2 set points. Just overplaying again Govortsova when forced to move forward. Well done, Govortsova. Had to generate her own pace a couple of times in that rally. Well, again, it appeared that Gajdosova was looking for the call. A good serve anyway from Govortsova. As the wind starts to pick up again, you can hear it in our fixed mics and see the plants moving on the side of the court. A couple of opportunities on that forehand side. Unforced errors off the serve. That means Govortsova opportunity to hold. Still down a break though. It's going to make the conditions here. You can hear the wind just gusting up. Govortsova needing to make some serious adjustments to the ball toss. And again, the wind just playing a part there for Govortsova, forced to chase that forehand. And as a player, it's pretty frustrating. So now Gajdosova with another set point. That's wide. So that's the opening set to the Australian Jarmila Gajdosova. 6 games to 3, 44 minutes the players have been out on court. An update on the weather's doing. I guess the main thing on that graphic is the wind conditions. 26 kilometres, gusting up though. Around 34. I reckon it'll be higher than that as well, making it tricky for the players. as Olga Govortsova going to receive some assistance from her team in the change of sets.
Just go ahead.
Score updates in the court row 7, Gajdosova 6-3.
Time.
So Jarmila Gajdosova not taking 2 minutes between sets here. In the meantime, Olga Govortsova's brother, who's doubling as coach, out there just providing some advice. Just overplaying there in that opening point. Well, plenty of rolls here at the Moorilla Hobart International for 2013, including court services. And Paul Egan joins us, who just looks after everything that you see out on court. Welcome along.
Thank you very much.
Gajdosova goes wide on that forehand. First question is probably the most obvious question. Court services supervisor, what does that role involve?
That involves making sure that the court, the net and all the things that the players require on court are there and available for them at the start of the match. That means everything has to be neat and tidy, right length, right height.
It's nice serving from Gajdosova, getting a game going now. And there would obviously be regulations in place, the WTA, to make sure that everything is right and in its place.
That's correct, and the umpires go out and measure everything that we do, but basically it's a fairly standard.
Yeah, we see the umpires out with the tape measures just before the match starts, just making sure that everything is okay and in its place.
Yes, they've got to measure the height of the net. They have to measure where the singles post is. They even have to measure where the boxes are on the side and that they're not too close to the court. And last year we actually had to cut the box down by about 2 centimetres.
Goodness, didn't know that. You're also responsible for the barrel in the corner, the Moorilla barrel, which is making its second year appearance here at the Moorilla Hobart International.
Yes, we've had to bring the barrel out. Unfortunately, it's not full of anything.
Okay, there's
it's just
nothing
empty.
in it. I just need to check that there was nothing in that. No sponsors' products, and the player could take it away as a prize, perhaps.
No, might be
Ольга.
a bit of excess baggage on the flight, I think.
спине вот здесь жук, может быть, оса. С другой стороны.
So good start, promising start for Gajdosova in this second set. Govortsova now, see what she can come up with here. So, Paul, how long does it take to get this court configuration set up ahead of the tournament?
Well, probably put in about 12 hours setting it up beforehand. A lot of that time is spent assembling the umpires' chairs, the players' seats, cleaning the court, making sure everything's put out, putting the power onto all the court surfaces of the 3 courts we use. And unfortunately, fixing all those things that we soon discover
aren't working as well as what they should.
No, so, and wind can be an issue, and that's definitely a thing that creates a lot of time for us on the courts.
Good forehand again up the line from Gajdosova, and it's making sure that all this equipment is actually weighted down, because it's been talking about very windy here at the Domain Tennis Centre. We don't want stuff blowing all over the court.
Yeah, everything does have to be weighted down. We also have issues on, not particularly the centre court, but the court to the right of the screen, where lots of leaves and things get blown onto the court, so and dust and things like that. So that's why often the courts have to be washed. So 10:30 last night, we were out with hoses on this court, hosing it all down, trying to get all the excess dust and some of the markings that get on the court during the course of the day.
Yeah, something that you wouldn't necessarily associate with a hard court, to trying to clean it down. They do it at the Australian Open as well, just to make sure it's in pretty good condition. Got it. Well done, Govortsova. Was coming across the court. It's relatively simple put away for Gajdosova. Went down the middle of the court. Govortsova was there. Did well to get a racket to it, and then it's sailing over for the winner. Nicely done, coming off the baseline, and again Gajdosova not happy.
Yes, one of the strange things is, yes, we have to wash the courts, but that's also one of the things that we don't want to have happen during the tournament, is for the rain to come down, and then we have to try and dry the courts. So,
do you feel that that's an omen, that you come out and wash the courts, so just you're inviting the rain to arrive?
Possibly. Although I think this particular tournament, I don't touch wood, but I don't think it's going to rain.
We're not talking about the R word. Yeah, we have been, and actually the forecast expected to get better as the week goes along.
Yeah, that's correct.
So if this is a good starter, then we're in for a good weekend ahead.
I might also mention, what might be a bit of interest, is that when we were doing the courts last night, one of the guys who was helping had been one of the people, he works for Forestry Tasmania, and had been involved in the fires,
right,
in organising helicopter flights. So he'd been doing these huge hours. He came up and was helping me water the courts and clean it.
It's amazing. There's been so much fire activity around Tasmania the last couple of days, which still continues today. We've got a great view over the river here, but
30 for
it was clouded by smoke a couple of days in a row, and while it might look good now, the clean-up and the putting out of the fire still continues.
That's correct.
Also the recovery as well. Notice the donation bin as I walked in.
Yes, it'd be good if people could donate to that cause.
So back to Juice here.
Juice.
Was the court resurfaced ahead of the tournament?
No, it's not. It's resurfaced every second year.
Okay.
They do resurface it. They do bring out someone to clean the court with a high-pressure hose to try and get all the excess grime and dirt off.
Oh, bad miss from Govortsova. Just really struggled when had the opportunity to come forwards. So it's resurfaced every second year. And we should mention too, if you're joining us for the first time, that this service is exactly the same as what the players will have next week in Melbourne.
Correct. So when it's resurfaced, sometimes Tennis Australia change the consistency of the paint that goes on it to change the speed. So the aim is to create a similar speed, although the players do say that being in Hobart where it's slightly colder, the speed of the court is different to what's in Melbourne, but I guess it's only a small amount.
You can only do what you can do.
That's right.
Basically.
Correct.
Do you work for Tennis Tasmania throughout the year?
No, I don't. I'm actually a school teacher.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yes, I'm on holidays at the moment, so this is an opportunity for me to help. I work within the club, tennis club here, so it's my way just to contribute.
It's one of the good things about this tournament that, as well as obviously having the tournament this week, is that there is still a vibrant club that runs throughout the year, and obviously championships and stuff that happen here as well. But all of the club members, volunteers who work at the club also have roles within the tournament here as well.
Yeah, and huge amount of hours, like in 1 week, probably, like I'm one person who's doing this, but there'd be a number of people here who would be easily clocking 70 hours in doing the different activities that they're doing. So, yeah, it's a really important contribution and allows the tournament to run, because without those volunteers, we'd have to employ people, and that would be a significant cost for the tournament.
So Govortsova now on serve. Gajdosova 2-1. The second set. Well, it is a big cost. Oh, there you go. There is a malfunction on the court. So who would be running out to fix that right about now?
That should be me or my helper, so I might have to move so that I can
We
fix
might
it.
leave you to do that, but thanks for coming up and joining us anyway. We're watching.
Thank you.
There are a lot of people that will be running towards that WTA sign that's fallen down. That's nicely done. Did not have to move Gajdosova. It was just a short step to left to give herself some room, and that big forehand up the line. Looking very good. Jarmila Gajdosova. So there's the break of serve. Gajdosova in a strong position, 3-1. As the running repairs will be done on the net.
Jarmila, just to fix it because it fell apart.
And we didn't need Paul out there after all. And just too close to her body on that forehand. Trying to bring that ball around. Give yourself just a little more room. And really starting to get that serve going now. Big first serve, gets plenty of free points off it. Points for 4-1. You can guarantee that you sit down, she'll only be sitting down for 20 seconds, be ready to get back out there and keep this momentum going. And there it is, 4-1 now. Govortsova, frustration just throws the racket away, but 4-1 for the Australian in this second set.
We had just the same thing, yeah. But I'll take it. I'll take it just in case. Thank you. Thanks. Well done. Time. Thank you, Olga.
Now the frustration building for Olga Govortsova. Trying to turn this around, just playing the match at her pace. Just all rolling in one direction at the moment. Really shouldn't have let that affect her. It has been a problem in Gajdosova's matches in the past. It gets into really strong positions and just allows her opponent in, but we just want to keep the momentum rolling. You'll see a lot of short points for Govortsova. It's a matter of just trying to play the match at her own pace. Certainly not out of it. But dropping serve here will make things very, very tough. Nope, that's wide too. So there's another break of serve, and Jarmila Gajdosova is now serving for this match.
Roll them down. Thank you.
5 games to 1.
Roll them down.
Winner of this match to play Elena Vesnina in the quarterfinals.
That is what it is, 5 games to 1.
Just put some of them and then we'll put them one.
So this will be tricky for Gajdosova, who just wants to get things moving pretty quickly. Started to crank up that serve.
Could you please take this bottle and put it on a bench, on a bench, on a bench? Not a table, a bench. Yes, just like this, aside. Thank you.
Rolling in one direction, momentum all with the Australian. Nicely done. Not trying to blow Govortsova off the court. That was just good position on that backhand. That's going to drift as well. 3 match points now for Jarmila Gajdosova. Nicely done. Time Govortsova was able to just really lean in on from the baseline. Use the wind conditions just to a little bit extra. It's more just guiding the ball up the line. 2 more match points. That's wide. 1 hour and 8 minutes for Jarmila Gajdosova. And she's made another quarter-final at the Moorilla Hobart International. 6-3, 6-1 over Olga Govortsova. And she can be very pleased with her performance here today. Got a hold of the conditions. Was pushed in that opening set. And then from the second set, had all the momentum and finished off the match strongly. I think that's what she'll be most happy with as she moves through to a quarter-final against Elena Vesnina. So Gajdosova through 6-3, 6-1 over Olga Govortsova. And that means Elena Vesnina will be waiting and looking forward to that quarter-final. And certainly Jarmila Gajdosova doing all the right things to get back up the rankings in 2013. Well, that's it for now. And then coming up, we've got a doubles match, and then after that we'll have a Bojana Jovanovski and Kirsten Flipkin's second round matchup. And there are the night session matches as well. We'll be back a little bit later on this afternoon for that singles match. Look forward to your company then.
They come down to see her here in the back of the court. You expect the oldest to spend at the old bull store.